Okay, today I'm going to show you what are the 3 types of Forex brokers, the 9 criteria to evaluate a broker. And watch until the end because you're gonna find out how to prevent yourself from registering into a scam broker. All of this today in one video coming up next. If you are the best swimmer in the world, but if your goggles and swimsuit is a piece of shit, nothing is gonna change. Now if you choose the wrong broker, they're gonna make you a lot broker. If you know what I mean. First thing first, what's a broker? To put it simply, they are your margin FX provider. So if you choose a market maker, for example, normally they would be considered as a counterparty of your trade, meaning that when you make a buy order right now, they're gonna make a sell order. So in a way, are they in your interest to make money? Depends on which type of broker that you choose. So to put it simply, a broker to you is like the goggles to a swimmer. To participate in the Forex market as a retail trader, as a retail investor, you will need to have a broker. So basically there are 3 main types of brokers, okay? 3 main types. If you really classify it, you have one which has a dealing desk and the other one which operates in a non-dealing desk business model. When it comes to dealing desk and non-dealing desk, it is classified into, can't open this marker pen. Dealing desk, you would have your market maker. Whereas for non-dealing desk, you would have your ECN or STP. ECN, to put it short, to put it long, to put it short, long. ECN in long form, Electronic Communications Network, STP, straight-through processing. Market maker is market maker, okay? So what is the difference between all of these 3 different types of business model, all of these different types of broker? First type, which is the most common type of model that's used by a lot of the Forex brokers out there, is the market making model, okay? So we call them market maker. These type of brokers, when you open an order, they wouldn't route your order to the market. So every single time you open a trade, it will take the other side of the trade, meaning that when you buy, you're buying from the broker. When you're selling to that broker. And because they don't route your order to the market, they operate in a dealing desk business model, okay? That is why there is a conflict of interest. Do they want you to make money? I don't think so. When you lose money, they are gonna make money. Meaning, in other words, when you win a trade, that broker will lose money. So that's why a lot of traders, when they trade market makers, there's always this same complaint. You make a buy, let's say over here, okay? And the price will go all the way very close to your stop loss. It triggered your stop loss. And people are wondering, like, why is it that the price didn't even reach that level but it still triggered a stop loss? It is because, as the name suggests, market maker, the broker can pull the price all the way down to your stop loss and purposely make you get stopped out. Because here's the thing, when you get stopped out, this is where their pockets, their wallets become thicker. But of course, with that said, you don't have to worry too much if you chose a market maker that is reliable. Whether it's reliable or not, later I'm going to talk about that. Here's the thing, if your broker is operating in a highly regulated environment and is regulated by a trusted authority, then there shouldn't be an issue, even though every single time you open a trade, the broker is trading against you. So another type of broker, as the name suggests, straight through processing. It means that they pass your order straight through to a liquidity provider. And what's a liquidity provider? Which is, for example, like a bank. So what happens is, let's say when you make a buy trade, they'll pass you to a liquidity provider that will give you the best price. So the good news about STP is that there's no conflicts, okay, of interest. And normally these are brokers, they will provide both fixed and also variable spreads. So of course, another very similar type of broker to STP is the ECN broker, in long form Electronic Communications Network. You find that they would offer a very tight spread. But of course, if you choose the wrong one, it will offer not so good spreads. Some of these brokers from ECN would charge commissions when you open a trade. So that's why when you trade with ECN, you would require to be more experienced to be able to trade in such a way that your trade profits can cover up the commission and the spread. So here comes the question, what are the 9 criteria that you need to make sure that your broker has for you to say, okay, this is the broker that I'm gonna trust, that I'm gonna go to. The first criteria, you need to make sure that your broker is regulated, particularly if it's regulated in your country that you are staying in. Also depends on which country you're staying in. For me, I'm in Singapore, so whenever a broker is regulated by a Singapore authority, I would trust it really. I would feel more secure because it's very hard for a broker to be regulated by the Singapore authority, which is MAS. So if you want to check whether your broker is regulated or not, one of the websites that you can go to is nfa.futures.org, or just go to Google and then just type in NFA and then you can find the website. And aside from the fact that it has to be regulated, you also need to make sure that the company has a very long history and also a very strong financial standing. Because if the company has problem with its assets, it doesn't have enough liquidity, guess what would happen when the company goes collapse? It's going to take your funds along with it. It's not going to end up so well. So in other words, the longer that the company, the broker has been in business, in this brokerage business, the better it is. Of course, you see companies like Lehman Brothers, 100 years, go bust. Also, you need to check their management team. How do you know whether their management team is credible or not? One of the ways you can do it is go to their LinkedIn, go and stalk them, and see how credible they are. Because I know most of you guys are from the United States, that's why I mentioned NFA. But if you're from other countries, Asian countries or other countries, then your authority might be different, okay? For the US, the regulatory body is NFA and CFTC. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. If you're in Europe, then you need to make sure it is regulated by FCA, Financial Conduct Authority. So these two I would say are really reliable. Whereas if you're in Singapore, then it would be MAS, Monetary Authority of Singapore. Whereas if you're in Australia, now I'm not being biased because I can't mention all of the countries. If you're watching from other countries that I didn't mention, just do a quick Google and you can find the answer, okay? It has to be regulated by ASIC. If you are based in New Zealand, it has to be regulated by FMA, which is Financial Markets Authority. And of course, the second criteria that you need to make sure is execution speed must be fast. And what do I mean by fast? Less than 1 second. If you open a buy trade, you open a sell trade today, and then the platform goes like loading. Are we playing Dota here? And then once it load finish, and then it needs to requote. I'm so sorry, the price that requoted is not available right now. So that's why the first thing that you need to make sure is that when you open a trade, when you use the platform, there is no freezing. There is no freaking loading. There's no constantly requoting. Now, if you experience constant requoting by a broker, either means that your broker is a market maker, or he's a piece of shit, or both. You also need to make sure that the platform, your trading platform, is very stable, okay? You don't want all the crashes here and there, you know, messing up your trading and all that. So in order to test this out, give it a test drive by starting with a small account and then see if any of these things happen. Because you don't want to put 10k, 100k into a trading account, only you realize that the broker constantly requotes you, constantly freezes, and then it's like all you see is freezing, requoting. There's no trading at all. And the third criteria that you need to make sure is to make sure that your broker offers the account type that suits your own personal trading style. What do I mean by that? You need to find a broker that offers the kind of leverage that you are looking for. And also you need to make sure that your broker offers the margin requirement that you are looking for. So a good level is between 30 to 50%. But of course, depending on individual, it might be less, might be more. If you're somebody who, just like me, trades different and invests different asset classes, so you need to make sure that your broker offers the asset class that you're invested in or that you're trading in. You need to make sure that your broker allows you to trade all the different lots that you're looking for. Allows you to trade mini lot, micro lot, standard lot, especially if you are starting off with a very small account. And the fourth criteria is to make sure that your cost of running your business is as low as possible. Some brokers charge a fixed, okay, I can't write like this, a fixed spread. Some brokers charge variable spread. Then the question is, should you pick a fixed or variable spread? It depends. There's no best type of spread to pick. It depends on you as a trader. So if you pick a fixed spread, normally this type of spread would be wider as compared to spread that's offered by most brokers that offer variable spreads. And why is that? Because the broker has to take up the risk of providing a fixed spread during high impact news events. For variable spreads, it depends on the liquidity of the market. So let's say during the New York-London overlap, because of the increase in liquidity, then the spread would decrease. And during Asian trading session, where the liquidity is very, very low, then the spread would increase. And during high impact events, economic events, news announcements, then the spread would increase. So again, how do you know whether should you pick fixed or variable spread? If you're somebody who likes to scalp the news a lot, you like to trade the news a lot, you would be better off using a broker with a fixed spread. If you're somebody who is a short-term trader and you don't like to scalp the news, you like to trade during liquid sessions, the London session, the New York session, variable spread would be for you, because in that way, then you can take advantage of the low spread during highly liquid times. Now, if you're still not clear about the different trading sessions, go find my video on mastering trading sessions. Now, if you again come to me and be like, Karen, could you please find it for me? I tell you one more time, don't become a trader. Because if you can't freaking type that sentence into the YouTube search bar, then don't even consider making it as a trader. Here comes the fifth criteria. Make sure that your broker offers a very stable trading platform. Not only a stable trading platform, make sure your broker offers a user-friendly trading platform. Because here's the thing, you can have the most sophisticated broker in the world, most sophisticated platform in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, you don't know where the buy and sell button is, then there's no point trading with that platform. So some of the things that you make sure that your broker needs to have is that your broker offers the indicators that you always use. Make sure the charting software is easy to use, the lines are easy to draw, and then of course all the basic order types need to be there. Your limit order, your buy limit, your sell limit, sell stop, buy stop. And if you're an automated trader, then you need to make sure also that your broker offers automated trading services. And if you're a scalper, then you also need to make sure that your broker provides you with one-click trading. Next criteria, which is criteria number number 6. I would say this is very, very important because it shows whether your broker cares about you as a person or does it care about your bank account. So how do you determine whether your broker really cares about you, really loves you so much? Is to test out. What do you want to test out? You test out their customer experience. If you send them an email calling for help, oh my god, I can't close my open trade, and then your broker be like, thank you for your email, we will get back to you within 3 business days. And after 4th day, 5th day, 6th day, you don't hear a single thing from them, then probably some things need to change. So you need to make sure that their email response to you is fast. And not only do they have to provide you with email services, they also need to be able to be reached by phone call, and better yet, a 24-hour live chat. You feel like, oh my god, I'm so bored, I need to talk to my broker. If you contact a broker and then they be like, our working hours is from 9 AM to 5 PM, your broker is not a coffee shop. In fact, there are some coffee shops operate 24/7. Give me a break. Here's the thing, when you have $1 million on the line, okay, maybe not $1 million, let's say you have $5,000 on the line and you have an emergency, you don't want to wait for 2 days, sleepless nights, 48 hours, only for a broker to come back to you and be like, I'm sorry, what's the problem? It's like you calling 911 on a Friday night. Hello, is this 911? There's somebody who's going to jump off the building right now at this moment. And then they be like, thank you for your patience, we're going to get back to you. Another way to evaluate their customer experience is to see whether they have a dedicated relationship manager for you. Meaning that no matter what issues that you face, you can immediately call that one broker who is there to take care of you. So it's like a representative from a broker that is just there to serve you, to meet your needs, to satisfy your needs. So one of the ways that I use to evaluate the broker's customer's experience is to pay a visit to their office. Go to your office, see the way they talk to you, see the way they treat you, see the way they treat all your clients. In fact, better yet, don't even tell them that you're paying a visit to them. Give them a surprise visit and see how they respond to that. Now that's going to be interesting. If you get any interesting response, let me know down in the comment section below, because I've seen a lot. Criteria number 7. Make sure that it is easy to, take out your money. Easy to withdraw your funds. Now when you withdraw your funds, if your broker be like, thank you for your request, we want to take at least 3 months to withdraw your funds. Meanwhile, go get a job, you freaking asshole. If your withdrawal takes more than 3 days, then there's something really wrong. Especially if your deposit is 1,000,000 times faster than your withdrawal. And also, one very important thing is to make sure that your trading account should be very similar to a bank account. So what do I mean by that? It doesn't mean that, oh, it gives you interest and all that shit. You shouldn't have to pay any money when you withdraw or deposit to your account. If your broker wants you to pay some form of fee, then please ditch them. Just ditch them. And of course, you see for some market makers and a lot of not so good brokers, withdrawal is somehow, for some reason, harder than your deposit process. And speaking of deposit, make sure that you can deposit your funds through many different means, because you might not do it with cash, you might not do it with nets, you might do it with, let's say, wire transfer. It allows you to fund with credit or debit card, or even from your deposits. Now remember what I said, you should never ever fund your account with a credit card. You fund your account with a credit card, it means that you don't have money to begin with. And guess what's going to happen when you trade with money that you don't have? It's not going to turn out so well. When you deposit your funds, know where the money is placed, because some brokers, they will transfer that money to a bank, and that's where your funds would be at. Now if your funds are placed with a very reputable bank or financial institution, in the event, knock on wood, that your broker collapses, you know that your funds would be secure. A lot of brokers out there, when they collapse, their funds also go with them. Everything goes along with them. Now the 8 criteria that you need to have is to make sure that your broker provides very good educational material. So if your broker provides you with weekly webinars, with tutorials, with seminars that you can attend every single month, that also shows that they really care about their customers. Of course, the 9th and final criteria is to make sure that the market analysis that they provide is very comprehensive, is very good. So a lot of brokers, they will provide you research materials, they will provide you a forecast. So if those materials are good, then it also shows that in a way they care about you as a trader, as a person. Also an additional bonus, if they have a lot of awards, they are ISO certified, then it also means that they are a pretty good broker to pick with. But of course, you come across brokers who can buy awards. It is possible. They can buy their credentials. So with that said, there is no such thing as the perfect broker in this whole entire world, because here's the thing, some brokers have their flaws, some brokers have good points about them. So how do you pick the broker that is best for you? The best broker for you comes down to your individual needs. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you are a scalper. Having a fixed spread is more important to you than a user-friendly trading platform. Determine which criteria is more important to you, then pick the broker that offers the best feature that you're looking for. Of course, when it comes to the brokerage industry, because we are in the Forex industry, because we are in the finance industry, whenever you see money, that's where the scams would go to, alright? First thing first, anything in life. If the broker offers you something that's too good to be true, my suggestion to you, pick another broker. And of course, some of the risks of choosing a broker, some things you need to be aware of is the hidden charges and fees. Make sure that you read in between the lines before you sign the contract with them. Nowadays, because a lot of people be like, oh, ECN, STP is better. That's why a lot of brokers, when in real fact they are market makers, they're gonna be like, hey, what's up? I'm an ECN. They're gonna disguise themselves as an ECN and STP, even though they are in real fact a market maker. So how do you determine whether they are market maker or not? Pay a surprise visit to their office. When you see a broker with a dealing desk in their office, then they are a market maker. Because here's the thing, anybody can say that they are an ECN, STP, just so that they can get more sign-ups. And when they manage to catch the fish, they start to realize, hey, why did that? My trades always hit my stop loss, even though my other friend who is trading with the same system did not get stopped out. So one final bonus that I have for you is for you to right now take action, okay? Now there are 3 steps that you need to go through before you really go and trade, go all in with a broker. First thing that you need to do is to test out at least 5 brokers. Open a demo account with them, test their whole entire trading process. And once you're able to do that, then you start with a micro or mini account with them. If everything goes well from there, then you can consider going with a standard account. But that said, one very important thing is to don't hold all your money within just one broker. You need to have many different brokers. Why is that? The first reason is because when you have many different brokers all together, you can compare. Let's say, for example, if broker A, your price gets stopped out. By broker B, your price doesn't get stopped out. So it means that broker A has something behind the scenes that they don't want to tell you about. So in other words, it allows you to compare your trading experience and see which one gives you the most amount of profitability. The one that gives you most profitability, put more of your funds with that broker. So another reason you should hold your money into more than one broker is because it allows you to remove the emotions from your trading. What do I mean by that? This is what I encourage to a lot of people. If you want to remove your emotions in trading, you need to remove your attachment to that money. So let's say you start with a $1,000 account and you grow it to $2,000. I need you to withdraw this $1,000 profit and put it to another new broker, so that this money that you're trading with right now is in a sense free money. When you're trading with free money instead of hard-earned money, it's going to be easier for you to make money. It's going to be easier for you to control your psychology. So to put it simply, don't put all your eggs into one basket. So to sum up all the criteria that I've mentioned, make sure that your broker fits this checklist. Better yet, have it meet all of those criteria so that your funds are secured. I have account with many different brokers. If you want a broker recommendation, feel free to email my team. I also put one of my brokers link down in the description below, so you can go check it out. And also a little bit of disclaimer, I'm not gonna give any opinion on a broker that I've never used before, okay? Let me know down in the comment section below which broker are you trading with right now and what is your experience with them. So with that, I wish you all the best in picking the right broker for yourself. I'm Careful and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.